So in this video, I'm going to talk about why I feel self-help is ultimately a waste of time until you've sorted out this one thing that I'm going to discuss. Now also I'm going to talk about three things: self-help, self-improvement, and self-transcendence. And I'm going to define these. You might disagree. My gosh, attacked by a tree. You might disagree with my definitions, but I'm not here to argue semantics. Okay, so what is self-help, according to me? Working on this person, your thoughts and feelings, anger management, your anxiety, social skills. That's self-help for me. Self-improvement is, just say working on this person's, just say their health, eating healthier, exercise, financially. I'll call that self-improvement. And spirituality, I'll call self-transcendence. So with those definitions out of the way, and that tree out of the way, unless it attacks me again, why do I feel self-help is a waste of time until you work on this one thing that I'm going to mention, which is fear? I have done, over the years, so much self-help, self-improvement, and ultimately self-transcendence, spirituality. And with self-improvement, eating healthier, working on my body, working on my finances, this is easy, this is fine. Not easy, but what I'm saying is it's more achievable, I've noticed. But this self-help, working on social skills, working on non-reactivity, not getting angry, working on anxiety, feelings of fear, this has always been a waste of time for me, honestly, until I got into spirituality. Now, the form of spirituality I'm going to talk about is non-duality, Advaita Vedanta, which is basically, if you've never heard of this, it's basically saying, there's that tree again, there is the one fundamental source appearing separate, just like in a dream. Your one undivided mind never actually becomes separate, it just appears separate. This won't be a non-dual lecture, but basically what that did to me, through studying that, removed fear. And that's what I'm basically trying to get at in this video. All this kind of self-help, working on social skills, getting rid of anger, non-reactivity, becoming more social, the root of all that, why you're feeling that to begin with, is separation, is fear. This is why ultimately, once I started getting to these teachings of non-separation, all this self-help naturally fell into place over time. And why is that? Because when you feel not separate, when you've lost fear, you're naturally going to be ultimately, over time, non-reactive. Because what is anger basically? Anger is a blocked desire. Anger is the thought or feeling, I want something to be this way. And when it's not, I'm angry. That comes from the feeling of separation. When you realize it's the one source appearing separate, what is there to be angry about? It's like a wave realizing the substance of it and other waves is water, ocean. So what is there to desire anymore? Anger is a blocked desire. So when you're not desiring anymore, you're not going to be angry. That's what you realize. But again, you might realize this and then the habits of anger still come, but this gives you the foundation. When you realize non-separation, you start reminding yourself, why am I angry? Blocked desire. So then you can work on your anger management because you've got the reason. Another thing, socializing. Fear of saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing. When you realize it's the one source appearing separate, you're going to be slowly, over time, more open, relaxed, sense of humor. See? You're trying to work on socializing. You're trying to work on anger management, but you still feel separate. You've got to get rid of this feeling of separation. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Once you've solved the fundamental error, which is the feeling of separation, which generates fear and desire, all this kind of self-help, trying to be more sociable, trying to be more relaxed and open, trying to not react, all this kind of self-help you're trying to do with your mind will fall into place slowly. It'll give you the reason why. Once you realize oneness, you're going to still have the old habits of conditioning. When they do that, I react, I get angry. When I see people, I get scared, anxious. You're still going to have that programming, but Again, once you realize oneness, it'll give you the reason why to slowly not think and feel that anymore. Because you'll always remember, if it's all one, why am I getting angry? If it's all one, why am I desiring things so much? If it's all one, why am I scared? If it's all one, why am I taking this person serious? See? It gives you the why. That's what I'm saying. Why you slowly work on your conditioning. And again, like I said, things like self-improvement, gymming, eating healthy, working on your finances, that doesn't involve people, does it? It just involves working on this body. Easy. And also what I'm going to say is spirituality self-help? No, it's got nothing to do with self-help. It's a form of self-transcendence. It's the realization I'm not this body and mind that's trying to do all this self-help. So that's why, honestly, look, if you're not into spirituality, you're going to do what you want, aren't you? And I'm just going to tell you what you're already going to do, which is go on, do self-improvement, do self-help, try it out. And if it works for you without this spiritual stuff, good on you. But if you're anything like me, I tried it for years. And the one thing that made it all fall into place with self-help, not self-improvement, is realizing oneness. Then it made so much more sense. When you realize there's a one appearing separate, you're more open, relaxed. You're more comfortable with socializing. What's there to fear? What's there to get angry about? See how it all ties in? Beautiful. It is the key, guys. This is why so many people are miserable in this life, because they're seeing reality wrong. There's the appearance of separation, but we really believe it's separate. It would be like in a dream. When you're in a regular dream, it appears separate and you feel like it's separate. That's why dreams are scary. If you ever have a lucid dream, that's a dream where you know you're dreaming while the dream's happening. What happens in a lucid dream? For anyone that doesn't know, it appears separate still. Once you become lucid in it, still appears separate, but you just know it's not really separate. It's your one undivided mind appearing separate. So what's there to be scared about? Ultimately, on the level of appearance, yes, the dream character still gets things done. Goes to work, goes to the doctor, raises its family. But on the deeper sense, you realize it's all the one thing. What is there to take ultimately so seriously? Why not have a bit of fun? Why not laugh at this character? It's all a fiction anyway. And ironically, that'll help you with your self-help. Make you more open, relaxed. People will ironically be drawn to you then. You're not people can sense. People have this intuition that you're chasing them for happiness. That they can feel this person thinks I'm going to give them happiness, and then they freak out. Whatever you chase runs. But when you give off this vibe of, I feel complete, at peace. I'm only interacting with others just to share the joy and love I found in my heart with them. Once they sense you're not out to get something from them, they're ironically drawn to you. You're getting all the things you were trying to gain through self-help. See? Oh man, it's so beautiful. That's why I make these videos. Also, what I want to address, most people subscribe to me for spiritual topics. And I make a lot of spirituality and self-help. I alternate between the two because it keeps myself personally grounded. If I'm too much spiritual talking, if I'm speaking about spirituality too much, it's not very grounding. So I speak about everyday stuff too, to ground me and to ground you guys. Because truly, if you're into non-duality, you need to have a foot in both worlds, I should say. One foot in the transcendent, one foot in the relative. Realize your true self is the true self of all, but still acknowledge that this person that you think you are is living a life, that it needs to be happy. It needs to relate to everyday people, not speak like some weirdo. No one here, nothing to do, in boundless awareness, you're not here, I'm not here. Don't speak weird. A monk, I heard a monk say that once. So funny. Orange robe, Indian accent. He's like, after enlightenment, don't be weird. Continue to speak like everyone else. It was so funny because you know, he's looking like a monk because he is a monk. Indian accent. For a monk to say, don't be weird after enlightenment, it just hilarious. I love it. So, oh man, I love that. But yeah, guys, that's another thing I should mention. If you're subscribed to me for spirituality, sorry, I'm going to fluctuate between the two because you need a well-rounded mindset in life, transcendent and immanent. And basically, I just love I love talking about this stuff anyway. the everyday stuff that we all go through. Because why are we doing this spirituality to begin with? We're regular people with regular lives. We need to be grounded. We can't sit in a room talking philosophy all day. We have people to deal with. These annoying people. We've got bills. We've got health problems. We need to... Spirituality is meant to end your suffering here and now in this life and give you a better future life if you believe in reincarnation. See? So, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Go at it. Self-help, self-improvement. But if you're anything like me, you need to solve this feeling of separation, the feeling of fear. And how do you solve that? By realizing oneness. And then all this self-help will help you. Otherwise, all you're doing is you're getting a head full of knowledge, but no wisdom. So many people know so much about life, but they can't apply it. It's like learning all this stuff about driving, but you never get in the car and drive. Wisdom is knowledge in action. There's no point learning all this stuff if you can't use it. Or if you learn it, it doesn't work in real life. Solve the fundamental flaw, fear. You're scared. Realize oneness, you won't be scared, then all this self-help will click into place. That's my personal view. Hope this video helps, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves.